Hello and welcome to today's video where I will be showing you a vending machine I built using Lego. The machine uses a Raspberry Pi, Lego Mindstorms NXT, and Lego Mindstorms Robot Inventor. We will look at how it works a little later, but let's first look at the front of the machine. The machine requires a 10p coin in exchange for 4 sweets. You choose the flavor you would like for each sweet. To use the machine, you insert 10p into the slot and then select your first option using the buttons. This is then vended. You then repeat this for your second, third, and fourth choice. Coins of a value lower than 10p get rejected by the machine and are returned to the user. Let's look at how to collect the earnings. On the side of the machine, there is an enclosed drawer where the earnings go. A key is needed to open it, as can be seen here. On the other side of the machine, there is another enclosed drawer. This one can be used for anything, however here I am using it to house some spare stock for the machine. In the drawer you may also notice some paper. You will see what this is for later. The drawer is this shape due to the electronics which are housed inside the unit. You can also pull the drawer the whole way out to access the battery pack of some Lego power functions. This is needed for the switch to turn them on and off. All this powers is the lights inside the area where the user collects their sweets. Remember that strip of paper in the side drawer? Well, we need that to refill the machine. Inside the machine, there are 4 towers which are where you put the 4 flavors. It is very tricky to do this, however, as the sweets may fall on their side when you put them in, which would cause a blockage, which would mean the machine would not work. To prevent this, you use the strip of paper. Wrap it around the sweets and then simply lower them into the column. You can then hold the sweets down, so they don't come up and pull one side of the paper, so it is removed from the column. Now let's take a look at how the machine works. When you insert the 10p coin, it slides down the 2 beams and into the coin bank. On its way to this, it passes a light sensor connected to the Lego Mindstorms NXT. This sends a signal to the NXT brick, which triggers it to move a motor. I have made a wire stick out from this motor, and I have also got another wire which sticks out by this. This means when the motor moves, the 2 wires touch, which acts as a momentary button for the Raspberry Pi, as one wire goes to ground, and one to an I/O pin. This triggers the screen to change to show you can now select an option. The Lego Mindstorms Robot Inventor is what vends the sweets you have chosen, meaning the Pi needs a way to tell the Robot Inventor what button you pressed. For this I came up with a servo motor which turns a block connected to it. This block uses Lego bricks of 4 different colors. A light sensor connected to the Robot Inventor then detects this color and sends a signal to the Robot Inventor P brick to vend the sweet requested. I have this set it so when the light sensor sees the color, it waits 1 second and then checks again. If it is still that color, it vends the sweet, or if not, then it does nothing. This is done because if it just needed to see the color once, then it would vend sweets when the motor was just turning to the correct color. Let's take a look at the motor showing the 4 colors as the 4 buttons are pressed. Once the color is detected, the P brick turns a motor which has a gear connected to it. The sweet then gets pushed out by Lego, which has a gear rack on it to enable the motor to be able to move it. The motor then turns in the opposite direction to remove the Lego from the column, so the next sweet can drop down. Let's see the whole process for the next sweet now. On the front of the machine, there is an LCD which is driven by the Pi. The LCD is connected to a breadboard, however there is no space for the big jumper wires, which would stick out. For this reason, I used some solid core wire to extend all of the connections to another breadboard inside the machine, where jumper wires can then be used to connect to the Pi. If you do not know how to wire an LCD like this, the Pi Hut have an excellent guide on their website. I will leave a link to this in the description. Please note, I am in no way affiliated with the Pi Hut and I am only recommending this guide based on my own personal opinion. And that's everything. Thanks for watching today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video if you enjoyed it. If you like this one, you may like our video on our GPIO GUI, why not check it out?